Forever says, here's something I found funny as hell. Hasan went to China, and a couple he met in China said they love Asmongold, and he got so depressed. Ouch. No. One artificially inflated at Twitch streamer gets more attention and more of an audience than you. That has to be the ultimate crushing of your soul. Although, then again, that would imply that Hasan Piker has a soul, and he absolutely positively does not. This is a man who has no visible soul. That is something that all of the inherited wealth in the world cannot buy, and it never will be able to buy. So you know for sure that, if anything, this is just an example of him being an envious little nebbish little loser. He can be as buff looking and as metrosexual as he wants, but that's just because he's in the world of douchebag communist streamers. So of course he's going to look like some guy who's some big movie star or whatever. That's why you've got all the fawning articles about him talking about how, oh, he looks like a right winger, e.g. he looks like he might work out a couple times a week, so that means he has to be right wing, because or he has to look right wing because it's all the evil conservatives that are not repulsively obese like Patton Oswalt or some hyper skinny little weirdo, like Michael Cera or whatever. And these it's a perfect litmus test of how insane and unhinged and deranged these people are. These people that are either the ones that are actually there watching Hasan Piker and loving his trash, or the people out there that are out there building up the illusion of Hasan Piker being interesting or creative at all, when there is nothing interesting or creative about him, because actual creative people don't go out there and torture their dogs, okay? No wonder the type of women that can see him doing that to animals and defend him are women like Sasha Grey, whose previous career included guest starring as herself on Entourage, as well as licking the insides of toilets. And then when her, who was so intellectually pretentious, like Hasan Piker, winds up getting proven wrong when she's reacting to footage showing that, oh, no, wait, here is how you can go and mess with this little shock collar device to torture your dog. All building up to that, showing that clip, she was talking about how, no, this was a lie, and that Hasan wasn't torturing this dog. It was all fake. And then she sees that proof that, oh, no, wait, he was going and tampering with this to try to fake to his audience that, no, he wasn't torturing this dog. And then she just winds up cutting off the rest of it. And no, I don't want to watch the rest of this. Yes, because you got proven to be a complete moron. Yeah, you're the smartest, most intellectual porn star in the world, which is like being the smartest kid with Down syndrome. That goes quintuple for Hasan Piker being the most watched Twitch streamer out there. Yeah, well, you're the kind of guy that's making me wish that Andy Dick was still streaming, because I'd rather watch that than watch the disgusting pond scum you're saying and doing. You lunatic loser. But then again, this is the kind of guy who is going out of his way. And what is he doing? Oh, yeah, he's the kind of guy who's saying that you should go out there and kill landlords. Well, guess what? His mama is a very wealthy, very prolific landlord in and of herself. So who says that this is a loser who is clearly a little, federal operation with his artificial audience in and of itself? And who says that this is the kind of guy who has no ability to actually think or feel for himself? It's all built around egotism and around posturing and around stupidity and on a complete lack of a soul. If you want to talk about anybody that truly would be put in pain by getting on the service end of an angry, drunken phone call from Mel Gibson, well, considering Mel Gibson's well-documented views on the Jews, the fact that you probably know a guy like Hasan would look at Gibson on the phone like that with Oksana and would love all that, unless he winds up getting put on the service end of it. Like with all of those champagne socialist types, it's all fun and games and content farming for them until they wind up getting a dose of their own medicine. They wind up getting cursed by their own hubris. They wind up getting their asses put to the fire because they think it's all a life of leisure. But when you play stupid games and win stupid prizes, and you step 5 steps away from the computer chair and your webcam and your fawning artificial audience, you're going to wind up getting some slap across the face or another. And I'm not just talking about anytime Vosh comes within 5 feet of a woman without reminding them who his father is, or you get Hasan getting paid to go out there to China and somebody winds up talking about how much like Asmongold more than him, and it hurts his little fifis. In between talking about how great the gift shops are in a communist nightmare, as if they aren't paying for him to be there. No different from how Stuttering Craig of Side Scrollers was talking about getting paid by a government of a foreign country to go out there with his people that he was involved in at Rooster Teeth at that time to go there and make an appearance. Yes. Sasha's used to pulling out, so, that's what she's doing, and that's what she did when the truth was exposed. And yeah, she went to bat for him, because there's a clip of this chick saying that Hasan finger blasted her. Well, that wouldn't surprise me at all. And RJ even also brings up, since it's quote-unquote conservative to be in shape, I imagine Brie Larson's comeback will involve saying that she has a conservative body. Well, you get people that are now on that service end of this very familiar cycle of playing those stupid woke left-wing games and then getting those stupid woke left-wing prizes. So then they either shuffle away or shuffle off to some smaller scale detail, like with little Rachel Zegler and her little course now where she is doing, musical theater as opposed to being the big new star of tomorrow, when no, it turns out her being the big new movie star of tomorrow was more artificially forced than Julia Ormond back in like 1994. So that's what she's doing. So does this mean that now we are closer to seeing the Broadway show Evita performance equivalency to what will become of Hasan Piker? That this man has nowhere else to go but to go completely downhill into the deepest pit of hell, either literally, which is where men like him and Vosh belong, or figuratively, from how him being so much of a liability and so much increasingly unforgivable bad press coming his way means that now the press is going to have to find someone else to go and be the quote-unquote left-wing Joe Rogan, even though Joe Rogan is a closet shit lib, but because he said one too many things that CNN didn't want to hear, that automatically has to make him a right-winger. Like how Brie Larson, you got Brie Larson over here, or you got Sydney Sweeney, who is the Hollywood actress who has appeared in movies where you've got her starring in and producing a movie like Immaculate, where the message of this horror movie boils down to, oh, it would have been so much better if she could have just had an abortion, or her starring in an HBO movie where she, binds her breasts and takes away her makeup and is playing a journalist that was all involved in the Russia collusion scandal. Or you also wind up with her now in a movie where she is playing a lesbian boxer, but you still have the people treating her as if she is some kind of evil, disgusting, horrific person because of something she did or did not do, making her basically the Hollywood actress version of Joe Rogan. And like how now, well, eventually you will come across seeing Hasan Piker as the Twitch streamer equivalent of both Brie Larson and Rachel Zegler. And that will be absolutely, positively hilarious to see. It will be beautiful to see. I will come highly, 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 highly recommended in saying that you should watch every little moment of that monumental collapse. So until then, I want to thank you all for watching. Subscribe to the channel, hit 10,000 subs, become a member today, and shop at my art store with the second link below, where you can buy my art or commission me or support me directly with a donation. And to help the support with my upcoming comic Encrypted, you can go and buy a print right here. There are 75 of these signed and numbered by yours truly. 66 of the 75 remain. These are cardstock 8.5 by 11 for $15 a piece, and selling these out will cover the printing bill for issue 1 of Encrypted. And the pre-order for issue 1 launches on this upcoming Black Friday. So the biggest shopping day of the year will be a time when you can go and shop for Encrypted. And the rates for this, a basic copy will be $5 plus shipping, and then a signed copy will be $10 plus shipping, and a signed copy with a sketch inside will be $20 plus shipping. Or you can go and subscribe to the comic for the first year of its existence for $60 plus shipping, because it will be every 2 months new issues, so there'll be 6 issues for the upcoming year. And tomorrow I'll have new shorts at 5 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 and 6. I'll have a new video at 6:30, and I'll be live again at 10. So until then, felines, slam it, lick it, suck it, and see you, Space Cowboy.